So Logan Paul is now getting into the game of shit talking. He's ready to own Danis completely. This is some good stuff right here. So Logan Paul put out a very small edit of their face-to-face sit-down, which the full version has not been posted yet. But don't worry, Logan Paul tweeted out the best part from his end, right? So let's see what it looks like.
Yeah, and by the way, the best part from his end is a short little 22-second clip. Out of the, I'm assuming 15 plus minutes they talked, he was only able to tease 20 seconds. So great job, Logan. But let's see what amazing thing you pulled together.
Let's see it.
You sent me so many messages.
Then why am I? I had two knee surgeries.
It sounds like you have Conor McGregor's nutsack in your mouth.
This guy has retweet.
Watch
just a little tweet.
Like that's what I'm saying right there. Like watching you stumble your way through these sentences is painful.
That's fine. Yeah, great. I think you just wanted to. Yeah, whatever.
Exhibit A.
I got better. I said I got.
Yo! I said, get this man a glass of water.
So the Twitter troll in real life fumbles and stumbles his way through an interview like a complete fool. Wow, fucking Logan Paul W here, guys.
You know what's so funny is I don't really know when this was recorded because I noticed this when I first watched it, and I was showing it to you a little bit before we started recording. But the very last thing he says, he's talking about like this dude retweeted blah blah blah, and then he says like you sued me or sue me. So like if you listen here, let's listen to this really closely.
I said I got.
Yo! I said sue
me. This man. Sue me.
Sue me. He's like pointing at sue me. So I don't know if he's talking about the lawsuit because I don't know when this was recorded. The lawsuit just happened, what, 2 days ago?
Yeah.
And if this was recorded yesterday or something, he might be stuttering because the context is about the suit and he doesn't know what he can say about it, or he's like,
well, he has a restraining order on right now. So
yeah.
You're saying like before this clip even took place, Logan mentioned something about Nina. He's legally can't respond to Logan, so that's why he's like stumbling.
Yeah.
But Logan edited it this dishonest way just to shit on him on Twitter.
Yeah, like I don't know if that's actually true. That's just totally me pulling that out of my ass. I'm just completely guessing, but that's just what I thought of when I heard him say sue me. I was like, are you doing something slimy?
Was Logan setting
here?
him up? Like,
yeah, this gotta be slimy somehow for sure, because Logan does not get W's like this ever. So.
Well, I love the the caption to internet troll in real life. Like, look at this guy, now he's out of his mom's basement.
Yeah,
like,
as if Dylan Danis has never shot on someone outside of the internet. I think, isn't this guy an MMA fighter?
Yeah.
Isn't he fucking like,
I wouldn't really describe him as an internet troll.
Yeah,
but,
I mean,
right,
obviously he's like, you know, he has his own controversies, but he's just as outward in public, in person as you are, Logan, so get over yourself.
Well, Dylan agreed that it was dishonestly cut. He said, this was completely edited by him to look this way. Just wait until the full thing comes out. Classic Logan Paul. I can't wait for everyone to see how badly I roast him. And then it continues, right? So he posts another clip of it. This is his clip. Let's take a listen.
I'm gonna be one in boxing now. A jiu-jitsu guy.
Yeah.
A jiu-jitsu guy. Bro, your arms are not gonna last, bro. Look how big
Yo, look at you keep talking about my arms.
It's just so funny because you're gonna gas. Bro,
is that what you're relying on?
I'm gonna beat
is that your strategy?
And I heard Jake said you only show up to the gym once a week.
Whoa, yo, okay, so we know Jake and Logan have a little bit of a thing going on right now, especially after their podcasts, you know, when Jake went on Impulsive like a month ago, and they had a complete meltdown. Logan, rather, had a meltdown because he wasn't allowed to bring Prime to the fight, and he cried about it pathetically in front of Jake.
Which is just, I mean, that's Logan's whole personality, is just being a soulless corporate just loser. So, and it's funny now that Jake is also mentioning how like exceedingly lame Logan is, even when it comes to training, showing up to the gym once a week. I mean, really? Obviously, I'm no boxer. Both of these guys kick my ass. But realistically, when it comes to boxing, like if you're showing up to the gym once a week, you're a failure.
Yeah, that's a classic Deji moment right there.
Yeah,
you know?
literally.
So it continues. Logan Paul's celebrating the lawsuit against Dylan Danis that his fiance filed, I guess. Dylan finding out he can't pull out of a lawsuit, freaking out, right? To which Dylan responds, says, this is you finding out you still owe millions for scamming your fans and your fiance is a whore.
And I think he ratioed him too, right?
Yeah, 23K. 9,000.
It wasn't even close.
Amazing.
And you know what's so funny about all these tweets coming out from Logan all at once? Did you see any response from Logan about these tweets before the lawsuit was filed?
Yeah, it's very interesting that now Logan's getting all vocal. He feels comfortable now, right? It's like, okay.
It's like the only way that you can feel comfortable is when he has a restraining order and a lawsuit against him. Like you can't talk shit without having this like, oh, I have the dub now because I sued you. Okay,
right.
Dumbass.
What
yeah.
a effective strategy there, Logan. But then it continues, and this is where it gets just downright insane. Like, Logan might actually, somebody might need to call a mental health check on Logan. I don't know what could have possibly gone through his brain to think posting this was a good idea. But here he posts a very obviously fake DM, or maybe the DM's real, but the story sounds fake. This is from some random person that says, well, I met up with Dylan the night of the fight press conference in London. We had a threesome, but the whole time he was so scared and paranoid that Logan had sent us to fuck with him. He's trying to play it cool, but he's terrified of Logan. I also fingered his butt. I want Logan to use this against Dylan. I hate the way he's talking about Nina.
Great job just instantly poisoning the well on your story by just saying, fuck Dylan, I love Nina. Like, wow, your story is so believable. What's also so funny about this is also admitting that you had a threesome with him. So you're just like, Dylan's such a weird, gross, slimy loser, but I let him fuck me. It's like, wow, great. You're
so
totally reliable.
Dylan for having a threesome. Okay.
Yeah, it sounds like Dylan fucking owned you. It sounds like he plowed the shit out of you and then got away with the win. I don't know what is the accusation here.
Yeah, this was some pretty crazy shit. Now, I saw this earlier today. He posted this 6 hours ago. When I saw this, I couldn't even believe my phone. I was like, Logan posted this?
Right.
What the fuck was he thinking? I don't have the tweet pulled up, but I think Dylan put up, he's like, I'm suing you for defamation. My ass did not get touched that night, okay?
Yeah.
So.
Which is fair enough. I mean, even Dylan thought this was fucking hilarious.
Me and Dylan had the same reaction. I was just like, what the fuck is this? Like, this is just new levels of insanity. I mean, this just shows like the demented, crazy mind of Logan.
Yeah, I also like how far apart these two messages are, right? Like she said the first one at 4:30 in the morning for some reason, by the way. And then an hour and a half later, as she's like laying in bed, probably thinking about the threesome, she's like, wonder what else I can say. And then she pulled out her phone again and texted him, oh, I also figure his butt.
Wow.
And I don't like him anymore. He's a loser. It's like, wow.
Amazing
you
stuff.
You are just
there.
great.
And you know, if they're going to make up like sexual dirt against Dylan, they could have come up with something a little bit better than I fingered his ass.
Yeah.
Really?
And another thing that's so funny, remember I just talked about how she let him like fuck her? You're talking about the night of the press conference in London. Wasn't that, don't correct me if I'm wrong, wasn't that when he came with the hat and the Dylan Danis cake and they were talking about Nina and they were talking about all that? Wasn't that in London?
Right, yeah.
So you're telling me that you hate the way he talks about Nina, but in the press conference in London, you still decided to suck his penis?
Yeah, he had already been well deep into his like war against Logan Paul's relationship with Nina at that point. So the story doesn't even make any sense.
Yeah, like you're either just so like useless and worthless that you'll just give it up to literally the most like bottom of the barrel guy in your mind in the world, or this is just a lie.
Or
so
this
either way,
never happened,
Yeah, either way, this is just the dumbest post for Logan to post of all time. It's like, Dylan Danis is such a douche, but he still won me over and I got to suck his penis. Like, wow.
And then
great.
Logan posted with the caption, interesting. Like, really, dude? Like, come on, dog. Let's take this a little bit more seriously, okay? Like, what is this? Now, that being said, Dylan Danis posted some footage of him training or whatever, right? And all of Twitter is laughing at him for this video right here. We'll play it real quick, but he didn't look good in this video. So all of Twitter is clowning him for this. Your Rage says, not gonna lie, all trolls aside, Logan might actually fuck this dude up. You know, a lot of the Keemstars in the comments just fucking, you know, face palming, like, what the fuck is this footage?
Yeah.
I mean, is he punching in like slow motion? Like, what the fuck is this? And also, what are these punches? You know, throwing his back into the punches? I mean,
yeah.
You know, I'm not gonna sit here and say that I'm an expert in bot. I'm not even close, obviously, but right. You know, everybody knows you're not really supposed to punch like that and also punch that low.
Yeah, with like your just whole face and chest exposed, like just swinging around like crazy. Yeah, here's the thing, like, you know, it's so funny. We always get comments from people who are like, wow, these two fucking dweebs talk about boxing or talk about this, like they know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
If you watch like a helicopter pilot crash into a fucking tree, you can be like, damn, that guy probably fucked up. You don't have to know how to fly helicopters to give a comment on why they fucked up and crashed to a tree. So even though this guy could, he could kick my ass, I can still comment about like, this is not how you're supposed to punch.
Yeah, I mean, I would hope this guy would be able to kick my fucking ass, considering he's like a world time record holder in jiu-jitsu and MMA, and he's doing boxing against Logan. I would hope Logan Paul could kick my ass. You know, I would hope Deji could kick my ass. Because if he couldn't somehow, that would be insanely pathetic.
Yeah,
so it's like, yeah, obviously I'm not a fucking expert in this, but I don't have to be to fucking comment on something, right? Like, just if I eat a shitty fucking sandwich with shit in it, I don't have to be a chef to know why this sandwich sucks.
Right.
You know, it's so obvious, but you have to explain this to some of the people, some of the slower people in the comments.
Who just like to react and cry and spurg. So no, it's important to, you know, really break it down for their little brains, right?
Right, of course. You know, I don't have to be a brain surgeon to point out why you guys are fucking stupid and slow in the head. But anyway, so there's this footage. You know, a lot of people on Twitter were like, you know, Dylan's been taking just nonstop W's for the last like month or two, but at this point, you know, with the footage lining up, I mean, this is looking rough, you know, especially considering that he's shown like no ability. I mean, it's an 8-second clip, right?
Right.
It's not like we can judge his entire capabilities from this clip, but it's a bad clip.
Yeah, of course. It is definitely a bad clip, but you know, it's not all bad for Dylan because he did get kind of a dub with this clip here, which is very interesting. We should just let it play and give
yeah, so right when Logan has a chance to take the advantage, right, he completely fucks it up. Listen to this.
If you show up to this fight,
Yeah.
October 14th, I will rematch you in MMA.
What? Why would Logan say this? Like, what? Now Logan's getting cocky.
Yeah.
You know, Logan knows, or Logan at least thinks. I'm not going to say, like, I'm not going to confidently say that Dylan Danis is going to get his ass whooped, you know, just based on that 8-second clip. But Logan's obviously getting cocky here, and he possibly overextends his luck by challenging Danis to a fight in his turf now.
Yeah, because Dylan Danis is like, I believe he is a champion in like BJJ or whatever, the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I think he got brown belts championship or whatever. We looked that up. But he is actually good at that objectively. He's never boxed before. He has a 0-0 record in boxing. And Logan agreeing to this just doesn't make any sense because I don't even think Logan really has the build for MMA typically.
Yeah.
He does like boxing and then wrestling, which obviously is just fake. It's just a show or whatever. And so I don't know why you would agree to this. I think he just maybe is trying to really just show his confidence that Dylan is not going to show up. Because I'm trying to think like, what is the positive for Logan here? Because in every way, first Dylan shows up and Logan beats him, then that's still not a positive because now he has to rematch him. And then if Dylan shows up and Dylan beats him, that's definitely not a positive because then he has to rematch him again because the only consensus was you show up.
Right.
So he shows up, Dylan kicks his ass. Now he has to rematch him again in MMA and get his ass kicked again, right? So that's already a loss. What is the positive? The only positive is if Dylan doesn't show up, Logan now has a little bit of extra weight behind him not showing up, which at that point, it didn't even matter. If he didn't show up, Dylan is already the biggest loser in the world, regardless of this deal.
Yeah, I mean, to me, this was like a complete misstep by Logan, like a total unnecessary move.
Yeah.
And, you know, the other thing is, too, on Impulsive, Logan has gone on the record to say that he almost regrets putting Danis in this situation by fighting him in the first place because Danis has gotten so much attention off of it, right? So Logan's saying that, but then setting up another fight, it just shows his mind is all over the place.
Right.
He's not confident, consistent, right? He's just kind of saying whatever to appear cool and appear collected and appear like he's, you know, the dominant force here. But is he really when he's so inconsistent and crazy?
Yeah, no, he's definitely not. I mean, even just the other day, it wasn't Jake defending. We talked about Jake defending the idea of Dylan being in this fight because they picked him intentionally because he gets a lot of attention. But at the same time, like you said, he regrets it because he gets a lot of attention. So it's like, what are you talking about? Like, obviously, you're not very confident in what you feel. I feel like Dylan is confident in what he believes and what he's fighting for and the way he's talking shit. I don't feel that same aura of confidence from Logan at all.
No. Now, speaking of Jake, he did put out this very confusing cryptic tweet. He says, I don't care who wins. Both outcomes are win for my plans. Now, he could be talking about something totally unrelated, right? But he knows what he's doing by tweeting this regardless of what he's referring to, right?
Yeah.
And given that, you know, Jake and Logan are having somewhat of a little quarrel or whatever, especially recently, what the fuck is he saying here, dude?
Yeah.
Like, what is this?
What is a win for you if Logan gets his ass kicked?
Because we know Jake
gonna...
doesn't like Danis, and he has issues with Logan right now. So, and what are his plans?
He's gonna do something crazy.
Well, you know what? I'm all for it. I'm a Jake Paula right now. So
yeah,
let's see it.